Welcome back, everyone, to another episode in the Titanium series. Today, I have for you an Olamic Wayfarer 247. Olamic Custom started in 2010. It is a family-owned and operated company. They started out with fixed blades and then expanded into folders in 2013. This particular model came out in 2016. And summer of 2016 is when I got mine. Let's take a look at some measurements. So overall, we're coming just slightly above 8 inches, if not closely to 8. The cutting edge itself is looking above 3.5 inches. And the handle, we're looking at 4 3/4 of an inch. The width, and what I would consider the widest part, is about 1.5 inches. The thickness before the clip is about 1/2 inch, slightly under. Just shy of 5 ounces, 4.94 ounces. Let's talk about that blade. So this says Olamic Tactical right there. It's your insignia. The steel on this is Bohler's M390. I can't get that. Oh, there we go. M390. It's got a flat grind. It's the top portion of the swedge. It is a drop point blade. Even though it's got a cutout in the blade, I personally have never been able to open it like that. So, deployment methods with the flipper. It's smoothed out, so easy to use. It's got some jimping on the spine right here. Allows for a little bit of traction. It's not aggressive, so it won't rip up your thumb. The flipper tab acts like a finger guard. Let's talk about the handle. It's full titanium construction. It's got 3 body screws, pivot screw up here. It has a lock bar insert. And the bottom screw is where you can see the over travel stop. It's got a lanyard hole right there. This one has holes that's been cut out into the handle just on the show side. They've actually polished the inside of it, which is nice. There isn't any internal milling, but I'd imagine that these holes right here help reduce the weight. It does use a custom pivot tool to disassemble, but they actually include it, which I really like. The way I look at it is, if you're going to have a custom pivot, you should provide the tool for your customers to be able to disassemble the knife. Let's talk about that pocket clip. Uses a 3-screw construction. It's all Torx. It uses ceramic ball for the touch point, which you'll see in a moment actually is makes it very smooth to get in and out of your pocket. There's not too much of a ramp, so be aware you're not going to be able to get through too much material. Or if you do, you're going to have to press the material down to get in there. Let's take a shot of that in the pocket. It goes in there quite easily. That's about how much of the knife sticks out, so it's certainly not a deep carry pocket clip. As you can see, it's very smooth when you take it out. Almost no resistance whatsoever. Got that much space, so takes a bit of real estate in your pocket. Let's talk about availability and price point. I picked this up July of 2016 off an online retailer for $495. I've only seen the prices go up since then, but that's to be expected. It's almost been 8 years. They have multiple variations of this. I can confidently say there are more variations of the Olamic Wayfarer 247 than any model of any knife I have ever seen. And they live true to their name as a custom knife maker because they have so many different materials they've used for the handles, so many gorgeous blades they've made. And while this is a drop point, they've made, I think they have at least 7 other variations of blade shapes. And as usual, I'll post links so you can check that out. What are my final thoughts? I think this is a definitely must try when you start venturing into this price point. They make beautiful knives. They've got a backspacer right there. Ergonomics, while it's interesting how it curves right here, almost for me feels like a pistol grip. But it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable in hand. Pocket clip does not present any hot spots. If you're going to feel anything in your hand at all, it's going to be these screws right here. But just slightly. The jimping isn't very aggressive, again, so I wouldn't rely on that for hard use. And to tell you my story about it, I've used this for many things, but there was an issue where I experienced lock rock, which when it's locked up, it's not fully engaged, so there's some movement and play. But I contacted Olamic Wayfarer, and they took care of me within 3 weeks, gave me a new blade. It locks up solid now. There's no movement. So the customer service is amazing. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about knife companies is that when they take care of their customers, I'm twice as likely to keep their knife in my collection. I haven't seen it pop up recently, but there was a period where there were a lot of the 247s popping up on the secondary market. So you can always try a used one out if you're not sure. It does run on bearings for the pivot system. All right, really appreciate your time. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section if you have one of these in your collection, how you feel about it. Make sure you subscribe so you can get notified for the next video. And I'll see you at the next one. Stay frosty.